Welcome to Easy Living. I'm Dr. Naveen Al-Saleh, and today we're going to be talking about weight loss. It's January, and here I am contemplating one of my resolutions, which is weight loss. Post-holiday bulge is right there, and it's staring at you in the face. And we're going to talk about a few tips how to get back looking healthy, fit, and good about yourself. Okay, the first tip is drink water. I know people have heard this so many times before, but when you're actually dehydrated, a lot of the times the body might think you're hungry, and we end up eating more, especially if you live in a cold environment and you tend to eat more comfort foods. So if you're hydrated, your body would be able to know if you're really, really hungry or thirsty. So drink more water. For people who have a hard time drinking more water, one tip that could really help is you can flavor the water with either lemon, apples, strawberries. I sometimes add a very light sweetener into it, a natural sweetener, fruit sweetener, mint. You can have different flavor water, or you can actually just get the Masafi flavored bottled waters, which are great if you're on the run. And another good tip for drinking more water is always keep a small bottle of water with you on top of the table, in the car. That way the water's there in front of you, automatically you'll just be drinking more of it. Another diet tip I'd like to talk about is stop eating after 7. And personally, it has worked for me in that you could actually lose 1 to 2 kilos a week. But sometimes you're at 11 p.m. at night and you're really, really hungry and you can't go to bed and you really need to eat. So how can we avoid that? So I'm going to give you a few tips that we could do. If you've done your workout in the evening, it's perfectly fine to have carbs in the evening, because actually when you eat carbs, it helps stimulate glycogen, which actually breaks fat. So that actually helps with weight loss. But what we want to talk about is what kind of carbs you want to eat in the evening. You never want to eat highly processed carbs such as white bread, white sugar, but there's really good healthy carbs like quinoa, oats, brown rice, wild rice, sweet potatoes. If you have these kind of carbs in small amounts, small portions, it's perfectly fine, because it actually will help initiate the fat burning. Now, if you haven't worked out at all, it's best to go more for protein, because at least protein will stimulate the anabolic process, which is again fat burning. And we could have like maybe tuna, you can have a few slices of turkey, you could have a glass of milk. Just stick to for more protein if you can't, if you haven't worked out in the evening. If you're like me, when you first wake up in the morning, I don't have an appetite. And actually most diet experts say breakfast should be your biggest meal and should be the most important meal of the day. But I personally cannot eat. And if you're like me, I'm going to give you a few tips that actually can help you eat breakfast, but yet get the fat burning process going. First tip is, as soon as you wake up, having some warm water with a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar and half a squeeze of lemon can actually help the digestive system. It's actually an Ayurvedic tip, and it prepares the digestive to start intaking food. And usually what some research, like late research, have shown that if you delay your breakfast about an hour or two and program at that, it actually increases the fat burning process. That way it gives your body some time to rebuild and for the digestive to kind of get used to that I'm awake and I can actually digest my food properly. By applying those diet tips, I can guarantee you within 90 days or less, you'll be on your way to losing your post-holiday bulge and be feeling better about yourself. Thank you for joining eZeLiving.com, and stay tuned.